guys, Samantha from Summer Tutorials here, and today I'm going to show you how to attach stud earring backs to your polymer clay projects. Now, there are two main methods that I would recommend, and the first one that I am going to show requires you to embed it into your clay. And I'm going to show you two different ways of doing that. One is where if you're using a mold, you can actually just squish the stud back straight in and it's a one-step process. The other is where you already have a baked piece and you have the stud back and then you apply a layer of clay embedding it into the piece. But it's a two-step process because you have to bake the front first. So I'm going to show you the easiest way first, which requires a mold. And I'm just using a shell mold from my Etsy store, Summer Design. Any mold will work. And I'm going to grab a piece of black clay, warm that up in your hands so it's nice and soft, and just pop that into the mold like you would any other mold. The point of this is that you have something supporting the front of your piece, allowing you to apply a fair bit of pressure to the back without distorting it, and that's why it requires a mold of some kind. So once you've got that pressed in, like so, you would grab a stud back and just position it and then squish that right down into the clay. And then use something like a ball tool just to work the clay over the top. And also you can grab a bit more clay, as long as you don't have something like a pattern going through the back. And you can wrap that around, again using some kind of tool generally helps. There we go. And that way it will now be trapped inside the clay, and this is a really secure way of doing it, along with the one where you're going, which I will show in a bit, but this is generally the way I'd recommend it. The third method I'm going to show is using resin, which also works really well. All of them are very secure ways to attach the back. Okay, then what I'd recommend is grabbing something like a piece of sandpaper or a texture sponge in this case, and texturing around the earring back and the rest of the backing, therefore hiding any marks, and pushing the clay down and just really securing it into place. And there you go. Then you would demold it like so. Okay, and then to bake it, because you have this little piece sticking out, you can't bake it like that because it's going to distort, and you can't really bake it like this if it's from a mold, because again the front also has a image that you want to preserve. So in this case I would recommend having a little bowl of cornstarch and using that to bake your piece. And I'll just pop that down like so, and that allows it to bake flat while also at the same time just preserving the shape. It's a great way to bake anything that doesn't have a direct flat surface. And you would bake that for the same amount of time that you would normally bake it. The cornstarch is perfectly fine. To do that, you would then allow it to cool, take that out, and you need to give it a good rinse in a sink of water, just because it can leave a little bit of powder residue on the back. So be aware of that, because if you have something like alcohol inks on the back, they can absorb the cornstarch and leave a rather undesirable finish. Straight polymer clay works really well, but if you have any kind of additives, just do a little bit of a test run before baking it in cornstarch. But that's the first method. Second method is where you already have a baked piece of polymer clay and you want to attach the stud to the back. To do that, grab a piece of clay. It can be any colour, it could even be a Skinner blend. In this case I have just a solid colour, and you want to run it out relatively thin. This is about 0.8 millimeters thick, and was my third thinnest setting of my pasta machine, but you just want it thin enough that if you add this together with your current piece, that it's not going to end up being too thick. So it really is up to preference, so just check that before you apply the back. Then also, since we already have a baked piece, to make this easier, I like to apply a little bit of translucent liquid clay. Bacon Bond works too. And just apply a little bit of that. Like so. You do not need a lot. A lot can actually make it harder because your backing will slip and slide all over the place. So just apply a little bit. Like so. And then that will help this stay in place. I'm going to just place that roughly in the correct spot. I know it's a little off center, that's fine. And then pierce through the top of the clay, like so. And you can move it around a little bit to get it back into the correct spot, while also pressing down. Like so. And because you have the liquid clay there, that's going to stick it in place and make it a lot easier to work with. And then what I do is I pinch around the sides quite a bit, therefore creating a very noticeable outline. And you can either trim that with a craft knife, or I prefer to actually pinch it straight off, creating a beveled edge that I can then tidy up, but you can of course trim it away with a blade. There we go. Take that and put that out the way. Then I'll run my finger around the sides, just smoothing it out. And this is why you want the front to already be baked, because at this point it would be a distorted mess if it wasn't. So you want something that is going to not distort if you are applying any of these pressures to it. There we go. Just remove the extra clay. Okay, and then you can go in and you can smooth that out with your finger to smooth it. You don't have to texture it. You don't have to texture it with the mold technique either. I just find that texturing makes it a lot easier. It can be a little tricky to sand around the backing piece as well, so I just tend to texture. It's just easier. You can apply any texture you want, but again, kind of a sandpapery texture is the one that I default to, like so. And it also gives you an extra chance to press down around the little earring piece, therefore make it even more secure. Run your fingers around the edge again in case there was any distortion and you need to smooth it out, because the more you do while it's raw, the less you have to sand later on. Turn it around, make sure that it's all nice and clean from the front side. And then this one you don't have to put in any kind of cornstarch because the front is flat. I would bake it on a piece of paper with the front siding facing down, like so. And then I would also bake that for the usual amount of time. Okay, and before we move on to the third and final technique I recommend, I want to ask that you give that like button a hit and consider hitting the notification bell so that you can get notified when videos like this are released. And if you're not a subscriber already, please do consider becoming a subscriber, as I do videos like this every single week, varying from tutorials information videos like this one, sometimes experiments, just a lot of different polymer clay related videos, and I would greatly appreciate it. But without further ado, let's move on to the next way to attach your stud backs. And for that, you are going to need some resin, preferably UV resin. And for this, you want pieces that are already pretty much finished off and done and just have their backs needing to be varnished. In this case, I'm using these two little faux boulder opal earrings. I will have a link in the description to that video, as I have already done a full-length video on how to make these. But to do the backs, you're going to want your little stud piece and some UV resin. This is the one I recommend. And all you're going to do is grab that and just apply a little bit of resin. Now you can just dot it around your stud, or you can apply it to the whole of the back. I personally prefer applying it to the whole of the back. It provides a bit more of a secure finish and also a more consistent finish, especially if your back looks a certain way and could benefit from a finish. Also, this does only work for resin. You can't apply the same thing for gloss varnish, it's just not secure enough. But it works the same way any other resin finish would, where you just apply it and then you would pop it under the UV light for about 10 minutes just to set it, and that will have your earring back set in place, and it's quite a secure finish. Clay finish is a little more secure in my opinion, but this works very well as well. Now, just while I'm doing this, I do also want to address that you can use glue to attach stud backs. I don't really recommend it because I find it a bit of a hit and miss. It depends on the glue that you are using, and I'd still say that it's not as secure as the methods I have shown. So I would recommend against using glue. It's just not something that I would recommend long-term wise. But anyway, if you do use glue and use it to attach your stud backs, let me know in the comments below what brand of glue you use, as that can be helpful to other people as well. So yeah, consider leaving that down below. But back to the resin, pop that into your UV light for about 10 minutes, let it set, and that should cover that technique. Okay, and here is how those are now that they're out of the UV light. Nice and easy. And while those were doing their thing, these have finished baking, and they're also just fine the way they are because they were done just with clay. You don't have to worry about sealing them or anything like that. These are good and in there. You do not need to worry about them moving around. They really literally cannot come off unless your backing was to pop off, but that's why we put the liquid clay down. So those are all good and done. And these ones too, they're nice and solid, and you can use those how they are. These ones I am actually going to antique a little bit with some titanium acrylic white paint, and I'll show you how they look when they're done. If you would like to learn how to antique your polymer clay pieces, I have recently done a tutorial explaining in detail how to do that, so I will have that linked in the description below. If you are interested, I highly recommend it. But yeah, I'll finish these guys off and show you how they look. Okay, and here they are once they've been highlighted with the paint. And these ones also, that earring back will be, or the stud will be right solid in there. Can't get that out. Really nice and secure. But yeah, those are the 3 ways that I recommend attaching earring posts to your clay. Again, as I did say before, you can use glue. I, however, do not have a recommended glue brand. I haven't found one yet that works. So if you do use glue to attach your earring posts. Let us know in the comments below. I would be interested in reading, and I'm sure that there are others that would love to see it, so do consider leaving a comment. And again, thank you for watching the video. If you did like it, consider subscribing and leaving a like. It helps more than you would know. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.